Hello students, good afternoon one and all. Welcome back to physics class. Today's lecture number 3, chapter 7, thermal properties of matter. In the previous lecture number 2, we have discussed about the absolute state or absolute temperature. Right? So what is the absolute temperature? Absolute temperature is that temperature where the all molecules stop their vibration. Is the kinetic energy zero, right? Or no any energy it has. It has zero energy, right? So that temperature is known as absolute zero or 0 Kelvin, or in centigrade or Celsius it is minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. It is the lowest possible temperature find ever before, right? Below 0 Kelvin is not possible. Negative Kelvin temperature not exist, not possible at all. Even this 0 Kelvin is to achieve this temperature practically, it's very difficult. Understand? So now that today we are going to discuss about the triple point of water. दो पॉइंट हमने देखे कि दो पॉइंट एट अ टाइम हमको मिल सकते हैं, मेल्टिंग और फ्रीजिंग या बॉइलिंग और कंडेंसेशन. दैट पॉइंट वी कैन अचीव, बट द ट्रिपल पॉइंट मीन्स ऑल थ्री पॉइंट्स, जैसे कि मेल्टिंग पॉइंट है, फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट है और बॉइलिंग पॉइंट है. All these 3 points exist at a time, right? So that temperature is known as the triple point of water. Okay, so let's draw the first curve, that the pressure curve, PT curve, pressure temperature curve, PT curve, which is called as PT graph. PT graph, pressure temperature, right? Means, so let's draw the curve. So this will be the point. This point is called as 0.01 degree Celsius, not 0 degree Celsius, but it is 0.01 degree Celsius. Okay, or in Kelvin it is 273.16 Kelvin. If you want to measure the temperature in Kelvin. So let this point, right? So at this point, there are three different curves we have to draw, three different state of matter, state of solid or substance can be achieved. Okay, so this will be the, so these are the three states. Okay, so this will be the solid region, solid state, and this is the liquid state. We have drawn this here, this for water, right? So solid state matlab that is ice formation will be here liquid water. And this part of this graph, that will the steam point, or so which gaseous state, you can say that it is gaseous state, right? So triple point of water is that point where water in solid, liquid and gaseous state coexist in equilibrium. But at this temperature all these three states are exist at a time at a unique temperature, and very important, it is not possible at normal atmospheric pressure, but the pressure should be less than normal atmospheric pressure, right? So this corresponding pressure will be 0.006 atmospheric pressure, or we can say that it is 6.11 into 10 raised to minus we can say plus 3. Okay, 6.11 into 10 raised to 3 atmospheric pressure, right? और पास्कल, this will be पास्कल, क्योंकि हमारा नॉर्मल एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर कितना होता है 1.01 into 10 raised to 5 पास्कल. This is the normal atmospheric pressure. So less than this, so at this pressure we will achieve the all these three states at a time at this temperature. This is the unique temperature, right? 0.01 degree Celsius, but not 0.00. Generally, we are considering the 0 degree Celsius is the freezing point of water or melting point of ice, right? But to exist all these three states, we have to take this temperature, that is 0.01 degree Celsius. Okay, and to know this triple point, one has to see that all these three states, three phases coexist. Okay, all three phases coexist in equilibrium. Okay. This is the second point. no one phase in dominating, no one phase or no any phase dominating, and the pressure should be assigned at 6.11 10 to 3 Pascal, or we can say or 0.006 atmospheric pressure. At this pressure only you will get the default point of water. Now what is the significance of this? The significance of this triple point of water is to achieve the what we can glow absolute temperature. Okay, to get the absolute temperature. This is to define the absolute temperature, right? So it represents unique condition. It represents unique condition, and it is used to define, absolute temperature or absolute zero temperature. So this is all about the triple point of water. Okay. Now next possible question in the notes. What are its different scales of temperature? What is the relation between them? तो अलग अलग स्केल हमने जो देखा, that was the Fahrenheit scale. Second is centigrade or Celsius, and third one is Kelvin. Already we have discussed a lot in the previous lecture about the Fahrenheit. थोड़ा सा और रिवीजन कर लेते हैं. So Fahrenheit का जो फॉर्मूला है, that is temperature in Fahrenheit minus freezing point of ice, that is 32, divided by the steam point of water in Fahrenheit, that is 212 minus 32 freezing point, which is equal to Celsius, temperature in Celsius minus freezing point of ice in Celsius, that is 0, divided by steam point in Celsius, that is 100 minus 0, which is equal to, in Kelvin also, temperature in Kelvin minus freezing point of water in Kelvin, that is 273.15, divided by steam point of water in Kelvin 373.15 minus 273.15. Okay, after solving this, इसको थोड़ा और शॉर्ट करते, this can be written as TF minus 32 divided by, इसका जो डिफरेंस आएगा that will be 180, which is equal to, this can be written as temperature in Celsius upon 100, which is equal to temperature in Kelvin minus 273.15 divided by 100. If you observe carefully, if there is a 1 degree Celsius change in temperature, the same Kelvin also, जो भी temperature interval है, the temperature interval is same. Temperature interval in Celsius and Kelvin both are same. इसका मतलब क्या होगा कि 1 केल्विन अगर टेम्परेचर चेंज हो रहा है तो 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस चेंज होगा, या 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर चेंज हो रहा है तो 1 केल्विन टेम्परेचर चेंज होगा. बट यहाँ पे अलग है. यहाँ पे क्या है, अगर 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस चेंज हो रहा है तो 1.8 फ़ारेनहाइट चेंज होगा. दिस इज व्हाट द चेंज इन टेम्परेचर इन द फ़ारेनहाइट. थोड़ा डिफरेंट है, अलग है. ओके, तो मान लो यू आर प्रोवाइडेड टेम्परेचर इन सेल्सियस इज 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस, ये दिया है और इसको केल्विन में कन्वर्ट करना है. राइट, सॉरी, हाँ, केल्विन में कन्वर्ट करना है. तो टेम्परेचर इन केल्विन इज इक्वल टू, राइट, टेम्परेचर इन सेल्सियस प्लस 273.15. तो क्या होगा, दिस कैन बी रिटन एज 27 प्लस 273.15 which can be written as 300.15 degree, sorry, only Kelvin. So no degree is used for Kelvin. तो केल्विन हमेशा ज्यादा होगा और सेल्सियस हमेशा कम होगा, ये आपको याद रखना है. दिस इज वेरी बेसिक फंडामेंटल और कंसेप्ट. राइट, सो नेक्स्ट इज, अभी देखते हैं कि बॉडी टेम्परेचर कितना है, स्टीम पॉइंट कितना है, अलग अलग टेम्परेचर लिख लेते हैं. राइट, सो विल राइट फ्रॉम द केल्विन के डिग्री सेल्सियस एंड डिग्री फ़ारेनहाइट. ओके, if the steam point is 373.15 डिग्री सेल्सियस, यहाँ पे सेल्सियस में कितना होगा, इट इज 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस. फ़ारेनहाइट में कितना होगा, 212. अपना बॉडी टेम्परेचर कितना है, अवर बॉडी टेम्परेचर इन फ़ारेनहाइट इज 98.4 और 6 ले लेते हैं, अलग अलग डिपेंड करता है. 98.4 भी बोलते हैं, 98.6 भी बोलते हैं, डजंट मैटर. इन सेल्सियस इट इज 36.9 डिग्री सेल्सियस एंड केल्विन में आएगा इट इज 310.05 केल्विन. ओके, तो ये आ गया आपका स्टीम पॉइंट, ये बॉडी टेम्परेचर एंड द फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट, ओके, ऑफ वाटर. फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट, ये आइस पॉइंट लेते हैं उसको. तो आइस पॉइंट विल बी 0.01 डिग्री सेल्सियस एंड दिस विल बी 273.16 केल्विन. और इधर फ़ारेनहाइट में आएगा 32 पॉइंट, थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही आएगा. देन एब्सोल्यूट जीरो टेम्परेचर, दैट इज 0 केल्विन. तो जब 0 केल्विन होगा तो सेल्सियस में कितना होगा, -273.15 डिग्री सेल्सियस. ओके, इधर फ़ारेनहाइट में कितना आएगा, इधर आएगा -459.67 फ़ारेनहाइट. So these are the different values for the Kelvin, Celsius and Fahrenheit. Okay, steam point, body temperature है, freezing point है, absolute zero temperature. So when there is absolute zero temperature, 0 Kelvin, that time in Celsius -273.15, 15 degree Celsius. In Fahrenheit -459.67 Fahrenheit. So these are the values, very important. Okay. Next possible question क्या है? The triple point of water is standard fixed point in modern thermometry. Why? What is wrong in taking the melting point of ice and boiling point of water as standard fixed point as was originally done in the Celsius scale? The absolute temperature T is related to temperature Tc on the Celsius scale by Tc is equal to -273.15. Why do we have 273.15 in this relation and not 273.16? Okay, तो 16 पे क्या होगा कि that is the triple point of water. -273.16 डिग्री सेल्सियस is the triple point of water. वहाँ पे all three phases of the water are exist in equilibrium, right? That's why it is 16 but not 15. Okay, 15 पे क्या होगा? That is the सिंगल, आपको दो ही स्टेज मिलेगा इन इक्विलिब्रियम कंडीशन. Let us solve the simple numerical conversion of temperature from one scale to another scale. Now they have given the temperature in Kelvin. Kelvin में दिया है. We need to convert it to Celsius and Fahrenheit. So let's write the relation between first the Kelvin, Celsius and Fahrenheit. तो जिसमें हमको बनाना है वो पहले लिख लेते. So that is C upon 5 which is equal to टेम्परेचर इन केल्विन माइनस 273.15 डिवाइड बाय 5। 5 कट हो जाएगा यहाँ पे, या 100 एक्चुअली 5 कट हो जाएगा, तो यू कैन राइट द टेम्परेचर इन सेल्सियस इज इक्वल टू K minus 273.15. Okay. So C is equal to temperature in Kelvin दिया है, that is 24.557 minus 273.15. Okay. So this can be written as, अभी subtract कर दे, 273.15 minus 24.57. So after subtracting 15 में से 7 गए, 8 कैरी 1, 11 में से 6 गए, 5 कैरी 1, 13 में से 5 गए, 8 कैरी 1, 7 में से 3 गए, 4, 2, 248.58. So temperature in Celsius is minus 248.58 degree Celsius. This is the temperature in Celsius. Now let's write the temperature in Fahrenheit. अभी Fahrenheit और Kelvin में हमको relation बताना है, right? So F minus 32 divided by, this is 180, which is equal to K minus 273.15 divided by 100. Okay, यहाँ पे 0 कट, 2 5s are 2 9s are, so this can be written as F minus 32 divided by 9, which is equal to K minus 273.15 divided by 5. तो यहाँ पे K का वैल्यू डाल देते, K can be substituted as 24.57. So 5 into bracket F minus 32, which is equal to 9 into, इसका सब्ट्रैक्शन अभी निकाला हमने 248.58. ओके, F minus 32 is equal to 9/5 multiplied by 248.58. So F is equal to 9/5 into 248.58 plus 32. बच्चे गड़बड़ क्या करते पता है यहाँ पे, they are doing the addition of this. It's wrong. First you have to solve this. बोर्ड मास सिस्टम के हिसाब से पहले मल्टीप्लिकेशन आपको सॉल्व करना है, और जो भी इसका आंसर आएगा वो आंसर में आपको 32 ऐड करना है. ऐसा मत करो कि इसको एडिशन करके उसका 9/5 हो, नॉट लाइक दैट. ओके, so solve this first plus this. Okay, तो इसका आंसर मिलेगा आपको F is equal to, after solving this, F is equal to minus 447.44 plus 32. तो आने वाला आंसर मिलेगा आपको, रिजल्टेंट आंसर विल बी minus 415.44 Fahrenheit. This is the answer. ओके, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट न्यूमेरिकल जो है, कैलकुलेट द टेम्परेचर व्हिच हैज द सेम वैल्यू ऑफ फारेनहाइट एंड स्केल. फारेनहाइट स्केल है, केल्विन स्केल, राइट. लेट दैट वैल्यू बी, उसको कुछ y और x कुछ एज्यूम कर लेते हैं. ओके, सो लेट द रिक्वायर्ड टेम्परेचर बी y. ओके, सो लेट द रिक्वायर्ड टेम्परेचर K is equal to F is equal to y और स्मॉल y केल्विन फारेनहाइट इक्वल टू y. तो जो हमारा फॉर्मूला ले लेते, F minus 32 डिवाइड बाय 180 which is equal to K minus 273.15 डिवाइड बाय 100. ओके, तो यहाँ पे दोनों जगह पे y डालना है हमको. तो y minus 32 डिवाइड बाय, दिस विल बिकम 9, कट ओके, which is equal to y minus 273.15 divided by 5. अभी क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं, ओके, तो यू गेट वैल्यू ऑफ y, तो 5y माइनस इसका 5 टाइम कितना 160 विच इज इक्वल टू 9y माइनस 273.15 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 9. ओके, तो अभी क्या करेंगे, ये 5 को y को इधर रखेंगे और इसको इधर रखेंगे. We can write 9y minus 5y which is equal to 273.15 multiplied by 9 minus 160. Okay, so this will become 4y. अभी इसका subtraction, multiplication subtraction देखेंगे. You will get this multiplication will be 2458 0.35 minus 160, right? So y is equal to 2, इसका subtraction कितना आएगा, इसका subtract कर लेंगे, subtraction भी 2 to 98.35 divided by ये 4 इधर आ जाएगा, तो you get answer y is equal to 574.59 degree Fahrenheit and Kelvin also. Okay, so Kelvin में भी वही आएगा, so let's write it. So K is equal to 574.59 Kelvin. Okay, और Fahrenheit में वही आएगा 574.59 Fahrenheit. So these are the two values where you will get the same value, right? So आपको कुछ भी आ सकता है, सेल्सियस फारेनहाइट का भी आप कर सकते हैं. एट व्हाट टू टेम्परेचर्स फारेनहाइट एंड सेल्सियस आर सेम. ओके, सो दैट इज 40 डिग्री में आएगा, कुछ आंसर आएगा, तो आप ऐसे ले सकते हैं एज असाइनमेंट. ओके, कैलकुलेट द टेम्परेचर व्हिच हैज द सेम वैल्यू ऑफ सेल्सियस एंड फारेनहाइट, और फारेनहाइट एंड सेल्सियस के यहाँ पे सेल्सियस दे दो, राइट, फारेनहाइट एंड सेल्सियस के एज अ होमवर्क कि कौन से दो टेम्परेचर को दोनों वैल्यू सेम होता है, न्यूमेरिकली सेम होता है, वो आपको निकालना है. टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ दिस. Hello students, very important concept in this chapter, thermal properties of matter. Okay, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the pressure temperature graph and volume temperature graph. We have studied this VT graph and PT graph. Okay, if the temperature taken in Celsius, right, so that straight line not passing through origin. But if you take Kelvin temperature 0 Kelvin as a origin, अगर इसको origin लिया, then it will go pass through origin and it will become a straight line which is inclined to the temperature axis. Here also at this volume temperature graph, we have plotted at constant pressure, and the pressure temperature graph we plotted at constant volume. Okay, so this is at constant volume, and this will be at constant pressure. Here also instead of Celsius, if we take the origin as a 0 Kelvin, right, so the line will pass through origin, right. So if we are considering this case, right, so the relation between this variable like pressure, volume and temperature of a gas, लेकिन कौन सा गैस है, आइडियल गैस मतलब the gas which obey all the assumptions of kinetic theory of gases. You will study kinetic theory of gases, KTG, in class 12. It's very important concept. Okay, temperature of an ideal gas called as ideal gas equation, and that ideal gas equation is PV is equal to nRT. We have to prove this. हम ये अभी इसको prove करेंगे कि how this relation has come. तो ये जो है, this is called as the ideal gas equation. But to explain this ideal gas equation, to derive this ideal gas equation, we have to study first three laws of gases. गैस के तीन लॉ हमको स्टडी करने हैं. पहला लॉ है चार्ल्स लॉ. चार्ल्स लॉ at which is at constant pressure. Constant pressure. Okay. Second law जो है that is the pressure law. Pressure law. Pressure law, which is also known as Gay-Lussac law. Gay-Lussac law, which is at constant volume. At constant volume. And third law जो है, which was discovered by the Robert Boyle, okay, which is Boyle's law. All these are the already you might have studied in class 11, okay, Boyle's law. Boyle's law stated at constant temperature. Constant temperature. Okay. So let's see one by one all these three laws, okay, properly. So पहला लॉ है चार्ल्स लॉ. So Charles law stated that at constant pressure, प्रेशर को कांस्टेंट रखना है. ओके, अगर प्रेशर कांस्टेंट रखा तो क्या होगा, एज द टेम्परेचर ऑफ अ गैस इंक्रीजेस, अगर गैस का टेम्परेचर बढ़ाया तो उसके मॉलिक्यूल्स विल सेपरेट आउट. उनकी जो डिस्टेंस है, मॉलिक्यूलर डिस्टेंस है, एटॉमिक डिस्टेंस है, वो डिस्टेंस चेंज होगा, बढ़ेगा, एंड द गैस विल एक्सपांड बिकॉज ऑफ द सप्लाई ऑफ हीट. ओके, सो द वॉल्यूम ऑफ अ गैस, ideal gas, volume of ideal gas, okay, is directly proportional to temperature. Mathematically, how can we write? Mathematically, V is directly proportional to T. Okay, so to remove this proportionality sign, we have to take some constant, that is V is equal to constant into T, that is V upon T is equal to constant. Right. Suppose if we take the two different gases, okay, for two different gases at two different volumes, okay, अलग अलग वॉल्यूम होगा, अलग अलग टेम्परेचर होगा. ओके, सो एट डिफरेंट वॉल्यूम एंड टेम्परेचर, we can write this expression, right? V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2, right? This is what we can write for the two different gases at constant pressure. So just take a screenshot. Hello sir. Second law is pressure law, which is also known as Gay-Lussac law. Okay, at constant volume, pressure law means that constant volume, right? At constant volume, pressure of a fixed mass of a gas, pressure of fixed mass of a gas is directly proportional to temperature. राइट, तो जितना ज्यादा टेम्परेचर होगा उतना ज्यादा प्रेशर होगा, और जितना ज्यादा प्रेशर होगा उतना ज्यादा टेम्परेचर होगा, बाय कीपिंग द वॉल्यूम कांस्टेंट. यहाँ पे गैस का वॉल्यूम जो कांस्टेंट रखना है और मास भी फिक्स रखना है. देन when we are applying the pressure, as the pressure increases on a gas, so its temperature increases. As the pressure decreases, so its temperature डिग्री। इसका बेस्ट एग्जांपल अगर देना है आपको, तो जब हम साइकिल के ट्यूब में हवा भरते राइट, तो ज्यादा अगर प्रेशर हो गया तो थोड़ा सा टायर गर्म हो जाता है राइट, टायर बिकम हॉट बिकॉज ऑफ टेम्परेचर। उसकी हवा निकाल दी राइट, प्रेशर कम कर दिया तो क्या होगा कि वो ठंडा हो जाता है। सो इट इज नॉट डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल। चलो मैथमेटिकली लिखते, प्रेशर इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू टेम्परेचर। ओके, टू रिमूव दिस प्रोपोर्शनलिटी साइन we have to take some constant. So P is equal to constant multiplied by temperature. So P upon T equal to constant. For two different gases, what we can write? P1 upon T1 which is equal to P2 upon T2 which is constant. This is the pressure law or Gay-Lussac law. Okay, you will also study in chemistry. Now the third law is, which was discovered by the Robert Boyle, okay, who is a chemist, right? He was chemist actually, Robert Boyle. Okay, so Boyle's law. बॉयज लॉ, अभी देखो कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम हो गया, कांस्टेंट प्रेशर हो गया, अभी थर्ड पैरामीटर कौन सा बचा है? कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर राइट। सो एट कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर ऑफ एन आइडियल गैस, ओके, सो वॉल्यूम ऑफ फिक्स मास ऑफ अ गैस, वॉल्यूम ऑफ फिक्स मास ऑफ अ गैस is inversely proportional to the pressure. Inversely proportional to the pressure. So here what we can write? V is directly proportional, inversely proportional to P. Okay. Or this can be written as V is equal to constant into 1 by P, or we can write PV is equal to constant. Right. Then for two different gases, what we can write? P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. बहुत सिंपल है। ओके, टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट। अभी देखते हैं आइडियल गैस इक्वेशन। Now let's derive the expression for ideal gas equation. After stating the three laws, Charles law, Boyle's law and pressure law. Okay, so we have to derive what is the actually ideal gas equation. It is the relation between three variables like pressure, volume and temperature. Okay, so from Charles law, at constant pressure, we have studied that volume of a gas is directly proportional to temperature. As the temperature increases, volume also increases. या वॉल्यूम कम किया तो भी टेम्परेचर कम होगा, वॉल्यूम बढ़ाया तो भी टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा। ओके, सो इट्स डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल। तो लेट अस गिव इक्वेशन 1, इसको इक्वेशन 1 देते हैं। देन फ्रॉम बॉयल्स लॉ क्या है? एट कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर फॉर अ फिक्स्ड मास ऑफ अ गैस, okay, so volume of gas is inversely proportional to the pressure. तो इसको इक्वेशन नंबर 2 दे देते हैं। वे दोनों को कंबाइन करना है, भाई कंबाइनिंग 1 and 2, कंबाइनिंग इक्वेशन 1 and 2 we get, और we can write, क्या लिख सकते हैं? We can write, क्या लिख सकते हैं? That is, इधर भी वॉल्यूम है, इधर भी वॉल्यूम है, सिर्फ यहाँ पे इसका रेशियो लेना पड़ेगा, राइट? So V is directly proportional to temperature upon pressure. So this implies volume is equal to constant into T by P. Let that constant be R. यहाँ पे constant जो आएगा R आएगा, या इसको इधर लेके आता हूँ मैं. So PV is equal to constant into T. So this can be written as RT, R into T. So PV is equal to RT, or PV upon T is equal to R. What is R? R is the real gas constant. Real gas constant whose value is 8.51 joule per mole per Kelvin. Okay, so we got the expression PV upon T is equal to R. R is a real gas constant whose value is 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. Okay, but suppose if for n number of moles, we can write PV is equal to nRT. This is the standard equation, ideal gas equation for n number of moles. Okay. P is the pressure, V is the volume, R is the real gas constant, and T is the temperature. That's all. Okay. Take a screenshot. Let us see this numerical. The pressure reading in thermometer at steam point. Steam point है 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस, उसका केल्विन में कितना आएगा 373.15 is this much pressure at steam point. Okay, what is the pressure reading at triple point? Knowing the linear relationship between temperature and pressure. तो यहाँ पे एक फॉर्मूला है pressure at triple point which is equal to 273.16, okay, into pressure upon temperature. Okay, so here T triple is the pressure at triple point temperature, and capital P is the pressure at temperature T. Pressure at temperature T. But T लिया है यहाँ पे at the steam point. तो ये जो temperature होगा, ये जो pressure होगा, that will be P. Okay, so P is given. P is equal to 1.367 into 10 raised to 3 Pascal, and temperature at steam point, which is 273.15 plus 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so which will be 373.15 Kelvin. So by substituting this value in this equation 1 दे दे इसको. Let us substitute the value in equation. So P triple is equal to 273.16 multiplied by pressure 1.367 into 10 raised to 3 divided by temperature is 373.15. After solving this, you will be getting almost ये सब cut हो जाएगा, okay, and you will get the answer in 1.000 approximately into 10 raised to 3 Pascal. So this is the required pressure at the triple point. So just take a screenshot. Let's solve the numerical, unsolved numerical from the textbook. Page number 141, question number 3. Fifth, the volume of a gas varied linearly, okay, with absolute temperature. if its pressure is held constant. मतलब कौन सा लॉ हुआ है? चार्ज लॉ. At constant pressure, as the temperature increases, volume also increases linearly. Okay. Suppose the gas does not liquefy. Liquefy मतलब क्या? गैस को थोड़ा टेम्परेचर कम करने का, right? Even at very low temperature. At what temperature will the volume of the gas be ideally zero? तो वॉल्यूम ऑफ द गैस आइडियल जीरो कब होता है? जो हमने ग्राफ प्लॉट किया है, राइट? प्रेशर टाइम ग्राफ, प्रेशर टेम्परेचर ग्राफ और वॉल्यूम टेम्परेचर ग्राफ, वीटी और पीटी ग्राफ जो हमने प्लॉट किया है. तो कौन से जो टेम्परेचर पे इट बिकम वॉल्यूम बिकम जीरो? तो डेफिनेटली इसका ओरल आंसर है, इसको सॉल्व करने की भी जरूरत नहीं, राइट? सो एट कांस्टेंट प्रेशर V is directly proportional to temperature. मतलब एज द वॉल्यूम जीरो किया तो टेम्परेचर भी जीरो चाहिए. टेम्परेचर शुड बी जीरो केल्विन. दैट इज एट एब्सोल्यूट जीरो टेम्परेचर. एट एब्सोल्यूट जीरो टेम्परेचर. एब्सोल्यूट जीरो टेम्परेचर दैट इज जीरो केल्विन, which is minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. So at this temperature, the volume of a gas will become zero at constant pressure. Okay, so just take a screenshot. Now next numerical, a gas at 900 degrees Celsius is cooled, ठंडा किया उसको, with until both its pressure and volume are all, मतलब आधा किया. Calculate the final temperature. So let the initial temperature given data, initial temperature T1 is equal to 900 degrees Celsius, but we need to convert it into Kelvin. So this can be written as T1 is equal to 900 plus 273.15. This will be in Kelvin. So the T1 is equal to 1173.15 Kelvin. This is the initial temperature. Okay. Now let's find the final temperature. So here we can write ideal gas equation. PV upon T is equal to NR, which is constant. Okay, for n number of moles. Then P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2 at two different pressure and two different volume. Okay, so here but they have given condition P2 is equal to 1 by 2 P1 and V2 is equal to half of the initial volume. So from this we can write P2 upon V1 is equal to 1 by 2, whereas V2 upon V1 can also be taken as 1 by 2. Then our aim is to find a T2 temperature. T2 निकालना है हमें. तो T2 upon T1 can be written as P2 V2 upon P1 V1. So this can be written as P2 upon P1 multiplied by V2 upon V1. So just substitute this value in this 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 by 2, which is 1 by 4. So now shift this T1 on the right hand side. So T2 is equal to T1 multiplied by 1 by 4, in which T1 का value कितना निकाला हमने? 1173. तो 1173.15 multiplied by 1 by 4. तो इसका आंसर आएगा 293 समथिंग आता है. So that is 293.29 Kelvin. This is the final temperature. Okay, when the pressure and volume become half. Take a screenshot. Now very important concept in this chapter, that is thermal properties of matter, that is the thermal expansion. Okay, so see student, we have three states of matter. जैसे कि अभी सॉलिड अगर लिया तो इन सॉलिड द एटम्स आर क्लोजली पैक्ड टुगेदर. उनके बीच में जो डिस्टेंस है बहुत कम होता है, नियरली अबाउट 1 एंगस्ट्रॉम इन द सॉलिड. ओके, and in the liquid state, atoms are loosely packed. थोड़े ऐसे लूज होते हैं atoms, जो भी है थोड़ा डिस्टेंस रखते हैं यहाँ पे. This is the arrangement of molecule in a liquid. And in gaseous state, we studied that the molecules are further apart. ये normal temperature पे, normal condition पे, this is the state. But when the heat is supplied, जब उसको heat दिया जाता है, thermal energy is provided. Okay, so when thermal energy is provided, the यहाँ पे इसके बीच में जो distance है वो बढ़ जाता है. The distance between two molecules increases. Now the distance increases, मतलब it will be like this. थोड़ा बढ़ जाता है distance. So what happen? This will expand. तो ये expand हो जाएगा from all the sides. Solid will expand from all the sides. Equal. Right. Now in case of liquid, actually liquid को shape नहीं है, proper shape नहीं, but it take the shape of the container. Right. तो जो shape container में इसको डाला है liquid को, तो उसके अंदर that level of liquid will rise as the heat is supplied. जैसे इसमें अगर heat supply किया, तो यहाँ पे भी already they are separated by some distance and they are moving little. इनको कुछ velocity है, because यहाँ पे free to move है, यहाँ पे vibrate हो रहे हैं. In the solid case, they are vibrating about their mean position, but they are not moving from one place to another place. But as the heat is supplied, their vibration increases. Now as they vibrate more, so they expand. तो जो solid है, that will expand, will take place. Okay, तो यहाँ पे expansion in solid होगा. यहाँ पे liquid है, liquid में already they are moving little bit with some speed. So as the heat is supplied, उसको energy मिल गई. Now as they receive the thermal energy, so they will move very faster. They are moving faster and faster, and there is an expansion in liquid takes place. Here gases already they are moving randomly in all the directions, but when we supply the heat energy or thermal energy, so that gas will expand more as compared to liquid and solid. So what are the expansion takes place? Okay, so expansion of any substance like solid, liquid and gas due to supply of thermal energy called as thermal expansion. There are three types of thermal expansion. Okay, so in solid, if the rod is heated, it will expand. So मान लो ये metallic rod. Okay, अभी मेरे पास जो marker है, marker कैसा है? Along the line, having a line, a rod form में. When we heat it at this one point, so it will extend, बढ़ जाएगा उसका length. So this is called, if there is a change in length after heating, so that will be the linear expansion. Okay, and if I take the surface, right, surface को heat किया, कोई भी plate लिया, plate को heat किया, तो उसका area change होगा. There is expansion in area, so it is called as areal expansion. And if you take a metallic ball which has a volume, अगर ball को लिया, right, metallic ball को लिया, and when it is heated, so it will also expand from all the sides. So there is a change in volume, so it is called as volume expansion. So three type of expansion. That is the linear expansion, okay, then areal expansion, and this is the volume expansion. It is also called as volume expansion को दूसरा नाम है cubical expansion. And aerial को दूसरा नाम है superficial expansion. Okay, so linear expansion along the length of rod, aerial expansion along the area, यहाँ पे change in area होगा, एंड यहाँ पे चेंज इन मोड. ओके, सो चलो लेट्स सी वन बाय वन. पहला देखते हैं, दैट इज द लीनियर एक्सपांशन. ओके, सो लीनियर एक्सपांशन. When the rod is heated, कोई भी अगर rod लिया having some length, this is the original length of the rod, capital L लिया मैंने इसको, and after heating, okay, so its length increases, so this is delta L. Delta L is the change in length. Okay, so at temperature T0, at temperature T0, okay, so length is L0, and at a temperature T, at temperature T degree Celsius कुछ तो होगा, okay, T degree Celsius, length become L plus delta L or L0 plus delta L. That is the final length. Okay, so change in length, fractional change in length in the time so fractional change in length delta L upon L is directly proportional to the change in temperature. Fractional change in length in this case of rod, okay, delta L upon L is directly proportional to delta T. To remove this proportionality sign, we have to take some constant, and that constant is alpha. ये alpha नहीं, remember this is the proportionality sign, the proportionality sign. So delta L upon L is equal to alpha multiplied by delta T. Now here what is alpha? Alpha is coefficient of linear expansion, and this linear expansion is same for particular material. कोई भी material का जो alpha है वो same रहता है, right, not vary. वो कब change होगा, हो सकता है temperature अगर ज़्यादा change किया तो, but ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, right, solid में ज़्यादा नहीं फर्क पड़ेगा, but cubical expansion में फर्क पड़ेगा. Okay, so alpha is the coefficient of linear expansion. So this can be written as delta L is equal to alpha L times alpha into delta T. इसको ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं, मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं, या अल्फा का वैल्यू अगर निकालना है, अल्फा इज इक्वल टू चेंज इन लेंथ अपॉन ओरिजिनल लेंथ इनटू चेंज इन टेम्परेचर. Suppose if I am taking the two different length, okay, okay, so what is alpha here? Alpha is known as coefficient of linear expansion. Okay, so for if alpha is equal to LT minus L0 divided by L0 into delta T, but again it can be written as T minus T0. Now what is LT here? LT is the length at T, length at temperature T, and L0 is length at 0 degrees Celsius, okay, and T is the temperature, then T0 is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, तो अगर यहाँ पे L0 को अगर 1 लिया, if initial length is L0 is equal to 1 meter, right, and T minus T0 equal to 1 degree Celsius लिया, then what we can write? So numerically alpha is equal to change in length, that is LT minus L0 numerically. So coefficient of linear expansion is defined as it is the change in length, okay, per unit original length per unit rising temperature. So coefficient of linear expansion is defined as increase in length per unit original length per unit length per degree rising temperature. Okay, but इसका ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. So if we take two different temperatures, okay, let the temperature T1 and T2 and the length to be taken as L1 and L2. Then alpha can be written as, alpha को कैसे लिख सकते हैं? Alpha is equal to क्या आएगा? L2 final length minus initial length divide by initial length L1 into T2 minus T1. This is what the formula for this. Okay, or it can be written as delta T भी इसको लिख सकते हैं. So this is what the formula for this. So L1 is the initial length here. L2 is final length. T1 and T2. T1 is initial temperature. T2 is final temperature. Okay, so suppose if we take, now let us see what is thermal stress. Suppose if we take a rod, metallic rod at a temperature T, right? When I am holding this rod, there are two rigid supports, and suppose if it is hit midpoint of this, then what will happen? वो expand होगा, but यहाँ पे उसको prevent कर रहा है. Expansion will be opposed by this rigid support. तो उसका वो टेढ़ा मेढ़ा हो सकता है, तो उस पे stress आएगा, tension आएगा, right? तो वो जो stress होगा, right? So that stress is called as a thermal stress, right? So let us see the change in length, that is L minus L0 is directly proportional to the delta T. Okay, so L minus L0 which is equal to alpha into delta T. So alpha is equal to change in length, that is delta L upon, यहाँ पे original length रहेगा, into original length. So L0 into delta T. Okay, or L can be written as the final length of the rod can be written as L0 plus L0 into alpha into delta T, change in temperature. So L is equal to L0 into bracket 1 plus alpha delta T. So this is the final length, okay, when the rod is under the thermal stress. Okay. So we have discussed now the coefficient of linear expansion, that is alpha is equal to the change in length delta L upon original length into change in temperature, right? So what would be the SI unit? The SI unit of alpha, coefficient of linear expansion, can be taken as change in length measured in meter divided by original length also in meter, and the change in temperature in Celsius or Kelvin, 0 degrees Celsius or Kelvin, right? So the unit will be, the final unit will be the per Celsius or per Kelvin. Right. Now what is the dimension? Dimension of alpha will be there is no length, mass and time. So L raised to 0, M raised to 0, T raised to 0, time 0, but the K raised to -1. That is the temperature. Okay, this is the dimension of it. Now, the second type of expansion, that is aerial expansion or superficial expansion. Now, let's define the coefficient of superficial expansion. Okay, so give the title, second, aerial or superficial expansion. Suppose if you take a solid in terms of plate के फॉर्म में अगर कोई सॉलिड लिया, right, having this area A, इसका area A है, right, so after supplying heat energy, thermal energy, it expanded like this. It will expand from all the sides. So this is the change in area delta E. Okay, so this is the change in area. Change in area will be delta E. Final area क्या आएगा? Initial area of surface, solid surface will be capital E. Final area after expansion will be A plus delta E. Right? So the change in area delta A is directly proportional to the original area into directly proportional to the change in temperature delta T. Okay, so delta A is equal to remove this some constant, ये proportionality sign है, यहाँ पे कुछ constant लेना पड़ेगा. Delta A is equal to beta times into A0 original area at 0 degree Celsius into delta T. So beta can be written as beta is equal to change in area delta A upon original area A0 into change in temperature delta T. Okay, so A0 is the area at 0 degree Celsius. So हमको initially assume करना पड़ेगा. Okay, तो यहाँ पे लिख लेते where beta is coefficient of aerial expansion or superficial expansion, then A0 is the area at 0 degree Celsius and delta T is the change in temperature. Delta A is equal to, that is final area A minus A0. It can be written as, that is a change in area. So how can we define, right? So if change in area delta A, initial area अगर लिया, if A0 is equal to 1 unit, right, and delta T is 1 degree Celsius, then delta A is equal to, beta is equal to A minus A0. That is, the coefficient of superficial expansion is numerically equal to the change in area. Per unit area at 0 degree Celsius per degree rise in temperature. चलो लिख लेते टेम्परेचर इसका. Coefficient of aerial expansion, that is beta, is defined as change in area per unit area, original area at 0 degree Celsius per degree rise in temperature, per degree rise in temperature. सपोज यहाँ पे हमने एरिया A2 A1 लिया, राइट. सपोज द इनिशियल एरिया इज A1 at temperature T1 लिया and area A2 final area A2 at temperature T2 लिया. Then coefficient of aerial expansion beta can be written as change in area, that is A2 minus A1 divided by initial area A1 multiplied by T2 minus T1. This is what the expression for the coefficient of coefficient of superficial expansion or aerial expansion where the change in area occurs. इसका भी यूनिट क्या होगा, एरिया कट हो जाएगा, यूनिट पर डिग्री सेल्सियस पर डिग्री राइज इन टेम्परेचर. इसका डायमेंशन भी वही आएगा, L0 M0 T0 K⁻⁻1. ओके, सबका डायमेंशन सेम आएगा. इवन कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ क्यूबिकल एक्सपांशन उसका भी वही आएगा, राइट. बहुत सिंपल टॉपिक है. अगर एक समझ में आ गया तो आपको बाकी दो आ जाएगा, राइट. लीनियर एक्सपांशन सिर्फ अच्छी तरह करना है, ऑटोमेटिकली उसको पैरेलल सुपरफिशियल एक्सपांशन और एरियल एक्सपांशन, उसको पैरेलल क्यूबिकल एक्सपांशन और वॉल्यूम एक्सपांशन, नथिंग एल्स. सेकंड सॉल्यूशन. Now the third type of expansion, that is volume expansion or cubical expansion. So let's have the cubical shape. Cube draw करते हैं. Three-dimensional figure, 3D picture. Now when this, suppose this is the initial volume. Okay, initial volume लेते V लेते. And when this cube, metallic cube, is heated, so it will expand from all the sides. This solid will expand from all the sides. तो हम ऐसे imagine कर सकते हैं. Okay. This is what the final volume. So what are the volume takes place? That is change in volume. Okay, so here we will have the coefficient of cubical expansion, coefficient of cubical expansion, which is denoted by gamma. Suppose the fractional change in volume is directly proportional to change increasing temperature. टेम्परेचर बढ़ा दिया तो यहाँ पे जो भी प्रोपोर्शनल साइन है इसको अगर हटाना है, सो डेल्टा V अपॉन V इज इक्वल टू गामा टाइम्स डेल्टा T. सो गामा कैन बी रिटन एज गामा इज क्यूबिकल एक्सपांशन, कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ क्यूबिकल एक्सपांशन, गामा इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा V अपॉन ओरिजिनल वॉल्यूम V इनटू डेल्टा T. Okay, so gamma can be written as, or it can be defined as, see how to define this gamma. Coefficient of cubical expansion is defined as the increase in volume per unit original volume at 0 degree Celsius per unit rise in temperature. Okay, so coefficient of cubical expansion is defined as is increase in volume per unit original volume per degree rise in temperature, per degree rise in temperature. Okay, तो यहाँ पे ले लेते गामा इज इक्वल टू V माइनस V0 अपॉन V0 इंटू डेल्टा T. डेल्टा T लेकिन कैसे लिख सकते हैं उसको, T माइनस T0 ले सकते. ओके, सो वॉल्यूम एट टेम्परेचर T, V0 एट टेम्परेचर T0 at 0 degree Celsius. Okay, but sometimes in terms of 1 and 2 we can write, it also can be written as gamma is equal to final volume minus initial volume divided by initial volume V1 into T2 minus T1. इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं. What is the unit of gamma? Gamma का यूनिट क्या आएगा? वॉल्यूम का यूनिट मीटर क्यूब कैंसिल हो जाएगा पर डिग्री सेल्सियस पर डिग्री केल्विन. इसका डायमेंशन क्या आएगा? डायमेंशन ऑफ गामा विल बी सेम एज दैट ऑफ अल्फा बीटा. ओके, दैट इज m0 l0 t0 k raised to minus 1. That is what the dimension. So in this cubic circumference, this is enough, I think. There is nothing much more, right? तो यहाँ पे अगर suppose if I take the change in volume is equal to delta V is equal to 1 meter cube लिया, okay, या V0 को 1 meter cube लिया, okay, V0 is equal to 1 meter cube and delta T is 1 degree Celsius, right? Then gamma can be written as gamma is equal to V minus V0. If the initial volume is 1 meter cube, change in temperature 1 degree Celsius, then the coefficient of cubical expansion can be taken as change in volume per unit volume, okay, at 0 degree Celsius per degree rising temperature. जैसे हमने अल्फा बीटा को डिफाइन किया वैसे भी यहाँ पे क्यूबिकल एक्सपेंशन आप कर सकते हैं. ज़्यादा कुछ डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. I have given the notes. You can refer the notes. Okay, it is easy to understand. No problem at all. Thank you. बस आज इतना ही. In the next class, we will see some applications and next part. Thank you.